lovely people, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a quick walkthrough and unboxing of the Tarot of the Divine Tarot, and I also got the book Beneath the Moon. The book and the deck is created by the same person. Believe her name is Yoshitani. If I pronounce it wrong, I'm sorry. Let's have a look at the book. Basically, you can buy the deck on its own. It does come with a little guidebook in there, but this is quite a nice book to have, because in this book she actually talks about the fairy tale created in her tarot deck, and yeah, I won't say it's a very in-depth, it's just a brief description about the story and the myth. So this deck, Tarot of the Divine, is based on folk tales, deities, fairy tales, and myth, surrounded, or the myth surrounded by the characters being chosen in here. So I don't know how even this book, it's got a lovely illustration of the card here, and all these are the story or so-called fairy tale and myth. I do not know how extensive the fairy tale story. So if you want an extended version of it, you probably need to go and look it up and actually have a proper look at the fairy tale. I think this one is just covering sort of surface description, means it's just a brief description of the story or the fairy tale or the myth about the character. Okay, so I know what actually attracted me to this deck is I do not have a fairy tale or any sort of deck like that. I have a deck about like fake or fairies, but I haven't. There's another deck called the Star Spinner Tarot that I got. It's also have a bit of fairy tale, but it doesn't actually go in depth or actually name the little fairies or whatever story behind the fairies and myth in that deck. But this one was actually quite nice because you do have a separate book, even though I won't say it's a very extensive covering of the whole story of the myth or the fairy tale, but it's still nice to have something like that to actually comes separate. So you don't really have to buy this book, but I suppose you could still, even without buying this book, you probably could find the fairy tales online or somewhere on the internet for you to have a look at. But I thought it was inexpensive, so getting the deck and the book at the same time, I thought, well, why not just get them both. And I got these two. I live in the UK, so I didn't buy these from Amazon because it was taking a lot more. Well, it would take longer for Amazon to dispatch it. So I got this from Book Depository, I think it's called, yeah, in the in the UK, and I bought it. Well, today is Sunday. It got delivered yesterday. I think I bought it on Tuesday. It took 2 to 3 days to get to me. So yeah, so that's the book. So the book's got, firstly, the books have a content. So you have, you know, all the people and yeah, and the stories, but obviously the way it's laid out is not the same you know, sequel as the cards. So it's not arranged according to the cards. So if you need to look it up quickly, you've got a separate index here to say, you know, to the character that, or to the, you know, yeah, characters that you want to look up, like Jack the Beanstalk is, you know, 67, page 67, I think. Yeah, you got to find it from there. Let's have a look. Yeah. Okay. That's a short description about the author and creator of this deck. Okay, and let's have a look. So when you open up, you get the guidebook. So when we look at the guidebook, you have the normal how to read the cards and the suits and the numbers breakdown, and then it does show you the spreads that you could do with the cards, and then it goes in your major arcana, and all the cards got the upright and reverse meaning, and also a brief description, not about the, well, it has the name of the character and which folk tale or fairy tale she or he comes from, but here it doesn't say the story behind it. It just gives you the description of the high priestess, or, you know, yeah, it doesn't actually tell you anything about the character. Okay. Yep. So that's a very yeah. So the first few pages, you got spreads that you could try on, and then just a brief description of each cards, upright and reverse meaning. It's in color. The cards. Side. So that's the card back. Let's have a quick look at the cards. Okay, so that's the Fool. I think the Fool is the Little Mermaid. I must say, I do like the, I've seen a lot walk through before I decided to buy this deck. I do like the colors of the deck. I don't know if about the, I know that it has a white border. A lot of people don't like the border, but I do not mind the border at all. So I do not mind it at all. I think the quality of the card is really good, and it feels really nice. I believe it's linen cardstock. I'm not very expert in cardstock, but I do like this sort of cardstock rather the Llewellyn, oh, I can't pronounce it. Llewellyn's cardstock, very thin. I do prefer this. So, and I'm surprised it actually comes with such a good cardstock, because this is a very inexpensive deck, you know, price wise compared to loads. And I really like the artwork, and I don't know, I'll see how I get on with that. I don't know if you could use this stack without actually relate to the fairy tale. I wish more decks was this cardstock. I suppose if you buy an indie deck, it will be a good cardstock. Because I'm still on my very beginning of my journey, on my tarot journey. Yeah, so I haven't bought any indie decks yet. I only have one, which I recently acquired. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you think about this deck. Do you think using it as a tarot like this without knowing obviously the story behind the card, or the, you know, the fairy tale, actually works? Oh, I do like this dragon. King as a dragon. Yeah, I'm just wondering if, just like this one, the 5 of coins, which is like the 5 of pentacles in the Rider-Waite system. I mean, without knowing the story, you could probably still read the card on its own. Yeah, but some you probably can. I mean, this is based on the Rider-Waite system, but each card's got I think some of it's got is slightly different when you look at the pictures, and you look at the you know, the illustration, and obviously the story behind it. So I don't know, but I like to work with the cards and see, because obviously you probably be easy for anyone that has experience to read the cards. Yeah, but like Ace of, you know, that one I could read, and that one is quite similar to the, well, the imagery, the how the card was done. Two of swords, but not sure about the flames here, but you know, it is quite similar. and obviously 3 of Swords. Wow, 4 Swords. Like this one, 6 of Swords. So I don't know. I'm quite new to it, but I think rather than just, I don't know, sticking to the basic, basic imagery will be easy for me to learn. But I also like to challenge myself, have different decks. Rather than narrowing myself to certain decks, I like to keep an open mind, which so all the kings in this in this deck are all animals. Ten of Wands. King of Wands. Okay. It's quite a thick deck. Don't know if I will be aging it, but I thought of aging it because this one is not too bad. Some of the decks I got from Amazon, I don't like the way the age is cut, but this one is not too bad. And yeah, I do like the cards. I think the card that I really like the most is the Judgment, because I like the story, I like the character in this. Obviously this is the, in the Western world, this is the monkey god, and wow, in China, in Asia, in Chinese folk on fairy tales, we watch a lot of the monkey god. He's called Su Mu Gong, and he's the king of the Blossom Island, with lots of monkeys, and he was one of the, sort like we would say, he was to assist a monk to go to the west to get you know, they were on a venture to search for, I think it's the, let's have a look at the book, what it says. Let's have a good monkey got small. 29. So in the book it says no, in this yeah, it says that he was chosen to assist the monk Tang Sanzang on the journey to the west to retrieved the Buddhist sutras. Yeah. In the Chinese culture, so this monkey god Sun Wukong has lots of story. You can actually watch the whole series from the beginning, where he was how he got chosen to guide the monk, and how he was he's sort of like a rebellious, because he has a lot of tricks under his sleeve and he's got a lot of power, so he thought he could get away with anything. Quite a mischievous, rebellious monkey. So he was trapped by the Buddha for about under a mountain for 500 years. Yeah, it always have been my favorite mythology. Well, in the Chinese mythology, it always have been my favorite folk tale, fairy tale, or you could say. We watched actually we watched a lot of Sun Wukong series, Monkey God series about Monkey God. So actually this is the card that sold me to the deck. I know it's silly, but there you go. Yeah, so the Judgment card. Yeah. So there you go. I got sold by the Judgment card. Well, I hope you enjoy this short walkthrough. If you want to see any in-depth, well, I don't know. I haven't actually worked with the cards. I will have to study and have a look at all the fairy tale myths and, you know, the folk tales about each of these cards and each of the story, because I'll look at the book, I will reference the book Beneath the Moon, but I'll also do my own research about it, because I think it is important to know your cards. Yeah, not just on the surface. Obviously you can read it by Rider-Waite, but you can just use the card with the Rider-Waite system. But I would like to learn more about it, learn more about the story behind everything, I think. Yeah, so thank you for stopping by. As usual, if you like this video, please click the like button, and if you like to see more videos like that, like this actually, please subscribe to my channel, and thank you for stopping by. Bye.